All the talk over the last couple of weeks about Apex have simply been negative. Not much good has been coming out. Just bad news after bad news after bad news, including lowest player counts that we've experienced in a while, not just on 1K scenarios, but even the average of the last 30 days has hit one of the worst lows in history. So it's very reasonable as to why Misery post Apex is about to have a generation comeback. I feel something big coming. Everybody's commenting like this is Misery after this clearly doesn't become true. Blinks are saying let's get you to bed, grandpa, but some making fair points saying with all the negativity it surely could only get better from here, because like at some point we've got to hit rock bottom. Well, this is where things get interesting, because we're almost at the mature date of when Respawn said something very cool is coming back. You see, 2 years ago, there was this big discussion as Apex Arenas was removed from the game. At the time, we thought it was all good stuff because the mode was pretty dead. Ranked was pretty much just abandoned. There was really no objective here, and many had said along the following. Quote, I know Apex Arenas wasn't everyone's favorite, but my friends and I loved it. We do play BR and we had our wins. I've done my thousands of kills and seasons for the banner, and we've achieved 4K badges. However, nothing scratches that competitive 3v3 itch. And personally, I can say, even as an Apex Legends day oneer, I'm right there with him. COD Modern Warfare 3 had a playlist consisting 1v1, 2v2, 3v3. Me and my late buddy of mine used to stay up all night playing those. There is something that needs to be said for the simplicity of a 3v3 fight on a symmetrical map with even loadout footing. I 100% agree. Every loadout felt like the equal opportunity to win. It lacked many of the frustrating elements of Battle Royale that caused death. This is exactly the reason that one of your prominent OGs in this game, Dizzy, which we recently made a video about, had said he personally left. It was very frustrating to die to RNG or really stupid luck, and you name it. Now, to be fair, that's just the name of the game with Battle Royale. Some things you can't control, and that's why it does have a little bit of spice or excitement. Anywho, I've been playing, quote, Apex since season 2, but my interest began to taper until season 7 and taper again until season 9 really brought my interest back with its form of arenas. My girlfriend even started to pick up Apex, which she never touched before, and even play arenas herself a bit. I introduced a ton of friends into Apex through arenas. Never had the same effect with controller TDM. I truly think there's something special in the Apex / CSGO, but 3v3 blended format of Apex arenas achieved. Now, one of the biggest gripes about arenas was that it never had an objective. It was simply boring after a while because while it made sense, there's only so much fighting you can do and not much outplay, I guess, you can really have when it comes to game sense or knowledge, because it's really just mostly about gun skill and not necessarily about strategy. There are some strategy involved, but when you add an objective like a flag or a bomb, it just definitely makes things a whole lot better. And at the time, everyone was commenting saying like, I'm gonna miss it, or, you know, it's good riddance. I didn't really like that mode, whatever the case may be, but that was years ago. And if you don't remember, things have definitely changed. About 9 months ago, devs had confirmed Arenas is actually coming back. At least that's the way it seems. Evan Nikolic, the director at Respawn, had did an interview where he said it'll potentially come back in the next 12 to 24 months, but it's definitely something on our roadmap. So kind of a contradicting statement, right? Definitely something on our roadmap, but potentially coming back in the next 12 to 24 months. To me, that sounds more like it definitely is coming back, but the potential part of it is 12 to 24 months. Could it be longer? Could it be sooner? Well, we're almost actually at the 12-month mark. So now that we're approaching that, people are starting to wonder, what could they be changing about arenas? We know that they're not going to just bring back the same rinse and repeat part of arenas that obviously wasn't fully successful. They're going to make some changes, and I'm sure the number one thing they always heard was add an objective, add something that spins it off, that makes it fun, that adds some new element to it. As a personal gamer, I am in love with the movement, the style, the gunplay of Apex Legends, but I will just be honest with you. I like Battle Royale as a public match, standardized, fun, laid-back gameplay setting, not necessarily as a competitive environment where I just have to sweat like crazy. Like when I think of Warzone, I don't think of tournaments. I just think of the boys getting together and having a good time. And that's personally the way I would like to have Apex. And when I really wanted to take the game seriously, I would love to have something like Arenas, or maybe even the multiplayer version of Apex, which is Arenas, TDM, Control, Lockdown, you name it. So personally, I am very excited for Arenas to make its return, and I hope that they actually incorporate some new competitive mindsets behind this. Like Call of Duty has competitive Warzone, and they have competitive multiplayer, which includes many different game modes like Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, and Control, and it used to be Capture the Flag, up uplink, a lot of different modes. I think Apex could do the same thing, incorporating arenas, control, TDM, lockdown, maybe a new mode. There are many ideas out there, and it definitely seems like Apex is trying to expand upon the things that it offers so that every different style of player out there has something inside of the Apex world for them. So while it seems like the devs want to bring arenas back, it's worthy to note we are getting close to the timeline that they mentioned. So while many of the comments on Misery's tweet may be of laughter, maybe he's actually cooking something. Maybe Apex is trying to make a generational comeback. Now would definitely be a great time, considering that the new map in the new season, which usually is the biggest season, definitely wasn't this go round. What are your thoughts on its return? If you got to play it originally, what changes would you make? And it's crazy to think that some of you may have never even played it. Do you think this is a good direction for Apex to go? Like and subscribe to stay up to date with all things inside of the world of Apex Legends news, updates, and drama. And until the next time, we'll see you all later.